workshop with Ms. Vedika Khetan, the life coach, who will be taking us through a very interesting session today. Thank you, Chair of YBLF, Ms. Aditi Pasari, for being here after those little snags in the connection. Nice to see you, Salilji, as ever, young and happy and bright. Thank you very much, co-chair of our YBLF. And of course, a very, very warm welcome to Ms. Vedika Khetan. Um, we look forward to a very, very interesting session. Thank you, Vinita, my colleague, for organizing this program. And at the outset, I'd like to welcome all the attendees who are here with us today for this vision boarding workshop. Vision boarding workshop is, I think, one of the most important exercise once you try to go beyond being an MSME or a micro unit, in fact. And that's where you actually pen down your dreams. That's what I understand a little about vision boarding. You pen down your dreams in a concise manner and see how you can actually work towards it. So it's a very, very important exercise for organizations, and especially for organizations which are run by young leaders, young business leaders. So that's the reason we are all here together this afternoon. I'd like to request our president, Shri Sanjay Agarwal ji, to kindly give his presidential address. Over to you, sir.
Very good afternoon to you all, and thank you, Vivek. It's always a pleasure for me to be with the youngsters in YBLF. This is the part of PSD chamber which all never fails to excite me and makes me happy, because these are you are all the future leaders that I see here. Participating in the activities, and many of you are already participating in the normal committees also as full-fledged chamber members also. So, but it's a good thing to see that we have got a good talent and a good, I would say, a stock of our vibrant junior, youngsters who are going to take on the mantle in later times. So it's my pleasure to welcome our speaker and main guest, chief guest, Ms. Vedika Khetan, life coach. And this is something that I, as a family elder, her father-in-law is a personal friend of mine. I feel very proud to have our youngsters achieving this sort of recognition at such young age. So really very, very happy to be having this opportunity to interact and listen. Of course, our vibrant YBLF chair, Aditi Pasari, and co-chair, Salil Gupta. Two other co-chairs I don't see. I don't know why they have not come. They'll be missing something probably, right? And all the other participants, Mr. Vivek Sehgal, Assistant Secretary General, and Vinita Mehra, the person actually doing the whole work from the Secretariat side for YBLF. My friends, colleagues from the industry, ladies and gentlemen, it's really a great pleasure for me to extend a formal welcome to Vedika Khetan on behalf of the Chamber, and also to thank her for being here this afternoon to enlighten the participants on a very interesting topic. The vision boarding concept, as Vivek made a brief comment, is something that I guess is of great importance to any business which have reached a certain size. And probably I would tend to agree with Vivek that just after you have crossed at best the micro enterprise level, probably you need to start working on your vision as to how you wish to go, how you wish to proceed, how you wish to grow in future. So having a vision, it means having a very clear sense of purpose. It means that we have a much larger picture of our business, of our life, than simply setting and reaching short-term goals and tackling the problems as they come along on a day-to-day basis. That's one part that's also required. But in addition, of course, you do need a long-term vision, a long-term plan. Visions are driven by passion and dreams, and they are reflected through real efforts to create real results. Business
President,
goals
can I
like the
request you for to be a little louder, please, sir? We are not able to
oh,
hear you
I'm not
completely.
audible. Okay,
Sir,
let me
you're
just see if
audible,
I
but
can.
a little low on the volume, sir.
Oh, all right. Okay. So, am I more audible now? Is the volume correct now? Is this better?
Slightly better, sir. Slightly better, sir.
Slightly better. Okay, let me try and bring the iPad nearer. Let's see if it works better now. All right. Okay, hopefully it should be better now.
Much better, sir. Thank
All
you.
right. So, business goals set the path that one chooses for the future. And the vision setting is a set of goals or a mission statement that a business uses to make both decisions and plan their direction moving forward. While vision setting can change as your business grows, in the interim, it helps to show where your focus should be around investment in people, resources, and assets. I would like to take an example of one of the most valuable global companies, Apple, whose vision statement is, we believe that we are on the face of the earth to make great products, and that's not changing. Now, if that is such a simple vision, making great products, and what is going to be great is going to change from time to time. So you have to evolve, you have to develop, but your concept is very clear that you are going to make something which is a cut above all else. And that is a vision that they have stuck to, and that has converted them among the most valuable companies in the world. Through this statement, the company highlights that they are always determined to deliver quality products for its clients. And as I said, not just quality products, but in a way they deliver something more than just quality, maybe a sense of design, maybe a sense of exclusivity, something else that they provide in addition to the quality. The statement also points out so that they intend to keep doing it for a long period of time. It gives a detailed account of how the company approaches its operations to position itself as the dominant player in the sector it operates in. The beauty of it all is that by numbers, they may not be the market leaders, but by values, they are. So that tells you that they are not there for just the numbers. The numbers are important, but not, not more important than the actual value that they deliver to all their stakeholders. And that is where they score. More than just a goal, therefore, a vision is the embodiment of our hopes and dreams in a particular area, the picture of which has not yet happened, but what the future may hold. In running your business, having a clear vision is absolutely critical. It is an extremely powerful tool to achieve the results we wish to achieve. I will not talk about too much about the subject, and I would rather prefer to listen to our keynote speaker and life coach, Ms. Vedika Khetan today, and see that what she can teach us. I think as YBLF, you must be very much accustomed to people with white hair like me, trying to give knowledge and trying to share their experiences. But for youngsters to be, sitting among themselves and to be getting some real great insights from a youngster like them must be, I would say, a more fulfilling experience. So I would also really look forward to listen to and to be a part of these proceedings. So all the best to today's exchange. All the best to everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, President. Thank you so much. Um, and we have a few lines from you about the vision of your company, sir, before I ask for chair's remarks.
Uh, I think, in many ways, uh, we are not into a consumer business as such. My product is a B2B product in most cases. We have some B2C product, like we do make house wire cables, but that's a very small part of our portfolio, and it's comparatively recent. But at the same time, uh, our philosophy is not too different from what we see about Apple, that your product must be a cut above the rest. Your product must have an intrinsic quality. and the buyer must have a satisfaction of 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 dealing with the business that is there. I'm a B2B business, so as a business, it's not what the buyer perceives, just perceives, but it's something that has a long-term sustainability and quality aspect and everything to it. So it's innovation which keeps on driving our business, where people are able to copy what you are doing very fast, and then they offer the same product that you are doing, which was giving you a certain advantage. So I think innovation and then adherence to your basic principle of having a quality that is uncompromising. I think that is what we have stuck to through our through my career and our in my company's career, and that has been the reason for our success, and that has sometimes been a reason for some difficulties also, in the sense that we did not make the compromises that competition was making, but we have stuck to our vision and our principles, and I think we feel happier having done that.
Thank you. Thank you, President. So, innovation, which is driving not about our quality vis-a-vis competition, and buyer satisfaction, coming in as a vision from a group like Paramount Cables. I think that's what's setting the ball rolling. With which now I go to our chair, Ms. Aditi Pasari, for her remarks for today's webinar. Over to you, Aditi.
Thank you, Vivek ji. Thank you for handing over the mic to me. A very good afternoon to all of you. Apologies for the delay from my side because of the connectivity issue. Very warm welcome to Ms. Vedika Khaitan. We are extremely excited to hear you out. And when the proposal of having you on board came to us, it was extremely exciting for all of us at the YBLF chair level, the chairs and co-chairs. And it was an instant decision to speak to you and have you on board and address our forum, because I think it's extremely relevant for our generation to have a vision board for ourselves. So yes, extremely excited to hearing to you today. Very good afternoon to Sanjay ji, Salil ji, Vivek ji and Vinita for all your support always. My friends and colleagues in industry, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all today. Dear friends, I take this opportunity to extend a very warm welcome to all of you, and on behalf of PhD Chamber, I would like to thank you all and our esteemed speaker, Ms. Vedika, for agreeing to be with us today to share her insights. Friends, as you may be aware, the Young Business Leaders Forum is an integral part of the PhD Chamber, which was created keeping in mind the issues of young entrepreneurs dedicated towards the development of the youth as future business leaders. The Young Business Leaders Forum works effectively for promoting and developing business networking, leadership skills, organizes programs for mentoring, and simultaneously contribute to nation building. Dear all, I would like to take this opportunity to add a beautiful quote here in context of our program today by First Lady of the United States of America, Ms. Eleanor Roosevelt, from March, who was in position from March 1933 to April 1945. She said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Indeed, extremely relevant for all of us to pursue our lives, whether it is business, studies, or any other passion or dream. Before we move to our keynote speaker, I would like to give a brief introduction of her to the audience. Ms. Vedika Khaitan is an internationally certified life coach and author of the book Ignite the Spark. Vedika is on a mission to elevate the lives of seekers by living a life by choice. She focuses on living her core values and assists others in living theirs by defining their vision, developing the will, and embracing the victories along the way. She has conducted workshops with various organizations, including EO, Rotary, and international schools. With these, I will conclude my remarks and invite Ms. Vedika for her keynote address. Thank you. Over to you, Vedika.
Thank you very much, Aditi. A very good afternoon to Sanjay uncle, Mr. Vivek, Mr. Salil, Ms. Aditi, Miss Vinita, and my very, very dear YBLF members here. It's really an honor to be here speaking at PhD, given our strong association with the organization for the past few years. My father-in-law, Mr. Anil Khaitan, has been the past president. So I've
And
been...
I forgot to mention that. That was my mistake.
No
But
problem.
he's not just been a former president, but he's also been my mentor in the chamber.
Yes, so it's really an honor to be here today with everybody. So before we start, I would like to say that I would really like to keep this workshop very interactive. It's not just about me sharing my insights, but it's really about all of us young leaders learning from each other. So if I could request the hosts where they could activate the chat box or even the opportunity for participants to speak and participate throughout, that would be really wonderful.
Sure enough, Vedika ji, the chat is open and the participants can raise their hands and we'll allow them to speak. Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Vivek ji. Okay, so vision boarding is something that has been very close to my heart. The first vision board that I made was actually at the age of 13, where I went to boarding school in Welham Girls and I had a dream. As Aditi ji said, that the future lies with those people who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So my dream was to become the head girl of my school. So at the age of 13, I developed a vision board where day in and day out, I used to dream of that and see that one day, actually, when I turned 18, I was nominated in class 12th and elected by 600 girls to become the school captain of my school. Having said that, the reason I'm sharing this experience is to tell you about the importance of defining our dreams and actually pursuing them to make them into reality. So we attend a lot of workshops, and normally this is how we attend them, where we're sitting back and we're just spectators. But let me tell you, this workshop has to be a little different. We need to be action takers because that is where we really need to be in our life. Today, we need to be action takers, not just for ourselves, both personally and professionally. So the agenda for today's workshop is threefold. Firstly, I would like to go deeper into why vision boarding. Why is it so important? And why must each of us have a vision board? Once we've established why vision boarding, I'd like to talk more about how we can actually make a vision board. And thirdly, to decide that once we've made our vision board, how can we really see it through coming to life in front of us? So I'd love to know from everyone that how many of you have a vision board already? So, Mr. Vivek, could you assist me how I can chat box? Can we have that as a chat box?
Vedika, how would you like the participants to interact with you? Through chat?
They can speak also through talking. That would be great. Otherwise, if they're more comfortable with chat, we can have it on chat. Whatever you suggest.
Vivekji, what will be the possibility?
We have both the options. So I would suggest all attendees and even the participants, why not? As in the people who are on the panel, they can put in the answers on the chat, as in when Vedika ji asks a question. And they can also raise their hand and we'll allow them to speak. So we'll be continuously watching the participants list, wherein when we see the raised hand, we'll allow them to speak. So requesting all participants to raise their hands. You have an option on your screen to raise your hand and we will be able to enable you to speak. Back to you, Vedika ji. You're muted.
Okay. Thank you for that. So, would love to know how many of you already have a vision board. Is there anybody here who already has a vision board?
Hi, Vedika. Am I audible?
Yes, Ritika.
I'm so sorry for being late. Some IT glitch. I was only allowed to like join this as an attendee. Imagine, and then the IT had to fix it. So I have a vision board, and my vision is to open a school for underprivileged kids. My video is on, right? You can see me.
Yes, yes, I can see you. Thank you.
Yeah. So my vision is to open a small school for underprivileged kids. I want to start by opening one and then see how it goes. But obviously, the idea would be expanding.
That's great. Thank you so much, Ritika, for sharing. That is such a noble vision, and I can't wait for it to turn into reality soon. So, that would really be a service to so many children and to our country. So, it's really incredible to hear of such a noble vision from the young leaders today. Great. So, for all those who have a vision board, great. For all those who don't have a vision board, it'll be wonderful to make ours after the session today. So, looking forward to that. Okay, so this is a quote which is very close to my heart from the book The Alchemist. So, this says that when you want something, all the universe conspires to help you achieve it. Now, the most important part in this is you want something. The first thing we need to do is actually define and put it out there that what is it that we truly want? What are our dreams? Half the time we are confused about what it is that we truly want in life and where do we truly want to be. If
Yeah.
we are sitting in the car and we don't know our destination, how will we ever reach there? So, vision board is something that represents your innermost wishes, dreams, goals, and what your ideal life should look like. This could work both personally and professionally, what your ideal business, ideal company could look like, or what your ideal life could look like. So, visualization is actually a skill that can be developed over time. So, we've all heard of the famous swimmer Michael Phelps. So, did you know that when Michael Phelps was a young boy, he had problems in concentration? And his teacher told his mother that he will not be able to concentrate and swim. So, that is when his mother got him this book where he learned how to visualize. So he used to play out a movie and create a movie in his mind where he's swimming and where he is gradually visualizing every stroke and imagining that happening in his subconscious mind till he actually took it to the swimming pool and started visualizing himself going to the Olympics and winning the gold medal. My husband Kahan recently was telling me that while he's playing tennis, he started visualizing his next serve. So, and each time he would visualize it, it would actually come to life. So, this same visualization skill is something that is a muscle that is developed in our body. And imagine if we can see our company going from one place to the other. If we can dream it, we can actually see it actually happening. Now, the second thing about visualization is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It is an ever evolving, constantly changing process. If you are the same person today that you were at the beginning of 2020, then let me tell you, vision board has to be ever evolving. There is a Japanese concept called wabi sabi, which talks about the beauty of imperfections, how the only thing that is real in the world is imperfections. So we don't need to wait for our vision to be perfect or scared of it. It's something that keeps evolving as we keep moving forward in our life. So the biggest thing is clarity is power. When you say that you want to travel somewhere, the first thing when you call up your travel agent, they will ask you, where do you want to go? How many days do you want to go for? What is the purpose of your trip? Is it adventure? Is it leisure? Is it recreation? So the first thing is that we need to define what is it that we truly want in our life. And that is something we're going to delve deeper into right away. So there are two types of vision boards. The vision board can be either digital or it can be physical. And there is no right or wrong way of doing it. A lot of people choose to make their boards on their laptops, which is something that could be digitally seen. And a lot of people prefer the old crafty type of manner where they actually stick things together and they physically have it, which can be put up in their room or their office or wherever they like. So whatever seems to be your style, that is perfectly fine. So now, are we ready for the steps to vision boarding? Can I get a little bit of response on the chat box, please? Let's keep this interactive. Yes, Salil, thank you. Yes, Mr. Vivek, great. Yes, Kritivas. One. Okay, so at Life by Choice, we actually divide our life into 4 different main areas. So this is something that if you have any other area, you can always add to it, but these are broad categories that we go for. So the first one is health and wellness. The second is our relationships. The third is career, business, wealth. And the fourth is recreation, fun, and travel. If anybody here has any particular other hobby or something else that's very close to their heart, community service, anything, then you feel free to add that category as well in your different categories in your life. Okay, so now step one, what we're going to do is I would like everybody to just sit back, relax, and close your eyes. Imagine that we have fast forwarded almost a year from now. It's New Year's Eve, and we're sitting on December 31st, 2021. Has gone by. What are the things that you would want your dream life to look like? If everything could be ideal, what would have happened in this year that would make you feel very, very happy from inside? Think of it in the area of your health and wellness. Is there some particular diet or nutrition that you would like to give to your body? Is there a particular weight that you're trying to get to? In terms of relationships, what is the relationship that you really are looking to nurture this year? It could be with your parents, with your siblings, with your spouse, with your relatives, with your friends. What would an ideal scenario in that be? In your career and business, what is that project that you're really looking to get success at? It could be a new client that you're trying to get, a new country that you're trying to integrate into, a new vertical or something that you're looking to set up. Where do you see your business going? What is your vision for it? Where would you be with it on 31st December? For recreation, fun, and travel, is there a new sport or a new hobby or activity, some golf or tennis or music or something that you would like to pick up? Is there a place that you would like to travel to? If Aladdin's genie came and granted you 3 wishes, what would be the ideal dream that you would really ask him? Just soak it in and dream big. But as Akshiji said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes and come back. How did that feel? Mr. Vivek, please allow permission to whoever would like to share. We would love to hear from someone how their dream life looked like, whoever's comfortable in sharing. Yes, Mr. Salil, would you like to go first?
Well, yeah, maybe. I think in all aspects, there's something or the other that we would want, be it health, work, of course. Uh, Especially, that's the first thing that comes into mind is from a business angle, this is where we would want to be. These are the issues we are stuck with. In the next year, we would like to be resolved. And there's a certain level we would like to reach. That's always there. Me personally, I've just had sort of an injury. I would like to be 100% okay and back to my normal, which is still pending. And of course, from a family angle, it's there. I think it's very common. Everybody would want to be happier, even if there's anything, and you can never be, that you would always want something more once you reach a level. So keep thinking that. So, but yeah, it was fun imagining. Yeah, enjoyed that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. That's great to hear. Would anyone else like to share? Mr. Rishabh, you were saying that you weren't allowed to speak. If you would like to share. Mr. Rishabh, are you there?
Yes, my audio was not allowed actually. That's why.
Okay, yes.
It's Rishabh. Actually, I'm interested in education sector, and right now I'm doing BA from BT Gurgaon College. Referred YBL to YB. I'm more sympathetic to education sector and science and technology I liked. So my vision is just like vision board will be just like Agastya Foundation type NGO for NGO meant for science and technology, meant for poor people, poor and underprivileged who are related to education sector. NGO just like Vedantu Foundation that already have in our
Okay, great. That's incredible.
education.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, great. So now let's move on to the next step. Which is actually our values and our wheel of life. So there is a wheel of life which actually covers the different areas of our life that we spoke with, maybe a little more in detail, which is the mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual area. So this involves the growth that we have, the wealth that we have, health, relationships with friends and family, with our life partner, and most importantly, our relationship with our own self, a connection with spirituality, and as many people here, Ritika and Rishabh ji, have mentioned, the contribution and difference they want to make in the community around us. So here, I would like you all to do a little exercise of self-reflection. So when we put these different categories in our life, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate where you are with it currently in each of these spheres and rate the actual importance of it in your life. For example, in health and wellness, if I actually feel that health and wellness to me on a scale of 1 to 10 is important on the level of 10, but I may not be pursuing it or giving it enough importance currently in my life, so there I might put a 7. So this will just help us, as Mr. Salil also said, that there is constantly a process of evolving. There's constantly a process of going on, moving towards your growth. So this just helps us identify the gaps, what we currently have in our life, that how important something is and where we actually are with it right now. So let's take a few minutes and just put this down. And then I'll be happy to hear from whoever is open to sharing this. And these are all steps that just help us introspect, which will help us actually create our vision better for the future. So whoever is ready, please feel free to either unmute yourself and share, or you can share on the chat box.
So Vedika, you'd like us to hear our scores?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go first. Health and wellness for me, it's 1. I'm very, very low on my health and wellness. Of course, it's extremely important, which I realize, and I'm not doing much about it because, well, time is just a reason, but it's not a valid one. Importance, of course, 9. I mean, it's extremely important. Health is wealth. If you're healthy, you can achieve a lot. And the moment you're not, it just ties you down, ties you back. So that is me. Relationships, I would actually score myself, say around 5 or a 6. But it's extremely important for me. Having healthy relationships is the key to a happy and healthy life. And I think I believe in this fact that you're a happy person if you have good relationships. And this is when you're older in life. If you have a good relationships with your friends, your family, you are a happy person. I believe in that, but again, a weak point for me. Again, I would say time is a constraint, but time is a bad reason. And I know that, but it is, I'm stating facts. Career and wealth, maybe because of my age, it's at the top priority right now. The phase of my life that I'm in a 40-something life where, I can give my maximum time and I have experience, I have energy. So all my best time of my day is diverted to creating wealth and moving up in my career. So currently 9 upon 10, but importance is lesser. I realize that a balanced life is more important. So again, getting it all wrong. What is current, what is important? I know it, but still not doing anything about it. Giving my best time to my career and wealth. Recreation, fun, and travel. Yeah, I lead a good balanced life as far as recreation, fun, and travel is there. It's currently it's 8, and I think importance is also 8. So I think that is most balanced. Rest all my parameters are haywire. Thank you.
Thank you for such an honest share, Aditi. I think we all go through it, and we all are so grateful that you've been so honest in sharing that. I have to tell you about the 3A's model, which is basically awareness, acceptance, and action. So I have to tell you that you have a lot of awareness. The point of this exercise is just to get yourself aware of where you really are. Because as you're saying that time is a constraint, we are so busy in our lives where we're just going through life. So we don't have that time to actually sit back and self-reflect. So right now that you've done this self-reflection, maybe you'll approach the different categories in a different way. And once you have that awareness and acceptance that this is what it is and this is how I actually want it to be, I'm sure there will be no delay or no time constraint in actually taking the action towards it.
I hope so.
But the hardest part is awareness, then acceptance, and the easier one is action. So at least you're in the position of having that awareness and acceptance in these categories. So that's great. And now that you know the gaps, we'll work more towards the next step where you can actually set your goals to bridge those gaps. So thank you for a wonderful share.
We have another attendee raising his hand, and I think you might know him. His name is Mr. Kahan Khaitan.
Okay, sure. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so backend team, can you please enable Mr. Kahan Khaitan to speak? Backend, can you enable Mr. Kahan Khaitan to speak? Kahanji, please try. Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead. Kahanji, please go ahead.
Never mind, Mr. Vivek. I think we can move on. Maybe there's some issue.
Some glitch. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so the third step is just identifying the different roles that we play in our life. So these roles could be that of a husband, a wife, an entrepreneur, a friend, a colleague, a son-in-law, daughter-in-law, a father, a mother, a brother, sister-in-law, a homemaker. But the most important role we actually play is our relationship with our own self. Because when we bring out our best self, that is when we are at that energy out the best that we can in our other roles as well. So that is an effort, or as Aditi ji also said, that where we need to take out time to first reflect and invest in our own self, because once we do that, we'll be acing every area of our life. Moving on to our top 5 goals. So now we've seen what our dream life for 2021 looks like. We've identified where we want to be in the different aspects of our life. So now it's time to actually set concrete goals. So a break goal is something where, as Jim Rohn says, that you should set a goal big enough that in the process of achieving it, you become someone worth becoming. I'll repeat that. You should set a goal big enough that in the process of achieving it, you become someone worth becoming. So the idea behind this is that we do short-term goals, we do small goals, but one goal in a year should at least be something that could be a breakthrough long-term one. For example, it could be publishing a book, it could be starting a business, it could be getting president of your industry association, becoming some chair, or something so big that scares you. My favorite quote is life begins at the end of your comfort zone. We become so comfortable just living in our comfort zone that we don't really push ourselves outside of it, which is where actually the growth zone lies. So, now how do we really set our goals? So, for goals, we need to be very, very specific. We need to define how much and by when. Otherwise, it's just the difference between a goal and a good idea. So, a good idea could be something that I want to lose weight. But a goal is something where it is I will weigh 52 kgs by 11:59 p.m. on March 31st, 2021. As specific is even the time. So I'm writing how much and by when. On a leadership or business goals, it could be that I need to treat my colleagues better. However, how do we really treat our colleagues better? Have we created an action plan? An example could be I will acknowledge a minimum contribution to the department by 5 p.m. this Friday. Something that is specific, how much, and it can be measured that by when will we do this. So may I request everybody to write down 2 or 3 goals where we can specifically write how much by when. If you want, you can write one goal in each of your areas also. I repeat, health and wellness, relationships, career and wealth, and recreation, fun and travel. Your top goal in each field. Take 2 minutes and write it down, and would love to hear it from whoever would like to share.
Vedika, can you repeat once? What do you want us to write it down exactly?
So I would want you to write down one goal in each area of your life.
Okay,
The
in each
4
area.
areas
Okay.
being, I will type it on the chat box also. One goal for each area. Health and wellness, relationships, career and wealth, recreation, fun. And whoever is ready, please feel free to share. You can do it on the chat box or raise your hand. You can share even one you want from any of the areas.
So I'll go first.
Sure.
So I think health and wellness, my major goal will be to gain more muscle mass because I'm lacking there. And my vitamins and all are fine, but muscle mass needs to be there for my overall health. So for that, I need more cardio in my routine, you know.
So is there
And my
anything you can be specific in that? That how will you measure that you've gained more muscle mass? And what is it that you can, what is the action you can perform to get there?
cardio, I guess. A lot more cardio in my routine than I do yoga, but I think I have to include more cardio.
So how much more, like how many times a week can you do cardio and for how much time?
At least 3 to 4 days in a week, I should, for 1 hour.
Okay,
So like,
perfect. So can you tell me what hour that will be and which days? Like I will do cardio from 5 to 6 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, Friday every week.
I
Would
think
that be
mine is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'll try for 9 to 10 in the morning.
okay, perfect. So that becomes very specific that how much you will do and by when will you do it. So it's an action oriented goal.
Okay.
Great, thank you. Anyone else would like to share? Anyone from the participants? Feel free to share on the chat box if you would like. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Your voice is echoing. Maybe you are logged in through two devices.
I'm talking with more cell phone, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Rishabh, please go ahead.
My health and wellness goal is right now we student and my health and wellness goal is to right now I want to avoid obesity and yoga. More yoga I want to do. And in a relationship area, my goal is I want to develop more better relationship with self and family. And in career and wellness category, I want right now I am aspiring for job, and in fun and travel, I want fun and travel area. I think I want to travel over India. Just I want traveling all over India.
Okay, great, Rishabh. So try to define it more specifically. That what is it that you want to do specifically for yoga? How many times do you want to do yoga? How do you want to improve your relationship with family and friends?
Okay, ma'am.
And same for where exactly do you want to travel in India? And which job would you like to get?
My actually sector of job, I am interested in finance sector. Our job is like certified financial analyst these positions. And in India, I think in South, I have never gone to. I am from North India, East India, so I want to travel South India. So
Okay,
West
great.
India also. I want to travel.
Great.
West
So you
India
can
also
put
I
that
want to
down.
travel.
So you'll have
And,
that specific.
Yes.
Great.
And
Thank you.
I am having. Thank you, ma'am.
And Mr. Salil, aim to reach a specific weight by 15th July 2021. So if you can define what specific weight, you don't need to share that with us, but we need a number there for you. And I like the 15 July 2021 action, workout 4 times a week and play more often than I do. So not play more often than I do, play 4 times or play 2 times, or specifically how many times you'll play, how long. Of course, that can differ a little bit. It doesn't have to be exactly 1 hour, doesn't mean 1 hour. It could be 45 minutes, 1 hour, 15 minutes. But we otherwise, it's a good idea. It's not a goal. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now moving on to our next thing. I think somebody else has their thing on, which is making my voice echo. Okay, so now the last part of this before we move into actually making our vision boards is affirmations. So affirmations are very, very important. While goals are more specific and measurable, affirmations are something which are more associated with feelings and beliefs. So here we are with some guidelines of how we can create affirmations to make our subconscious mind believe as if something has already happened. So what happens is that our minds have this thing called the reticular activating system. Now, this reticular activating system is something which helps us to filter out and focus on a few things in our day. For example, we all may be in a room where there might be a light, there might be a fan, there might be different objects. On our laptops only there are 100 things. But we are choosing to focus our time and energy currently to this workshop. So whatever our mind constantly filters out and allows us to focus on something. So through affirmations, we can make our subconscious mind believe as if something has already happened. Once that thing already happens in the subconscious, it is way simpler for it to actually happen in our conscious reality as well. Because the subconscious's job is to do whatever is told to the subconscious and make it into our reality. So, how we do our affirmations is something that through our goals, we create our affirmations. Goals is what action we want to take and what result we want. And affirmations is a feeling to make our subconscious mind believe that has already happened. Now, few rules for this is that it should always start with the words I am. These two are the most powerful words in the entire English language. The second, we need to use the present tense and keep it in the positive. We affirm what we want, not what we don't want. This book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, states that oftentimes we as humans say, I hope I'm not late. Now, the moment we say, I hope I'm not late, our mind is actually imagining ourselves being late, and then we're trying to tell our mind that no, that is not what we want. But that is not what happens, because the moment we've imagined that we are late, our mind is giving signals to make that outcome come true. Now, how can we say the same thing in a positive sense? It can be, I hope I'm on time. Because the mind doesn't understand the word not. That is just deleted. When you say, I hope I'm on time, your mind is automatically imagining you being on time. Versus in not late, it is imagining you being late, which is as good as being late. Then for affirmations, we need to keep it brief. We need to keep it specific. We put it with the word ending in ing, where it is in process, where it is already happening. We include at least one dynamic emotion or feeling word, because this is something that plays strongly with our emotions. And we make affirmations for ourselves, not for our spouses, not for our parents, not for our children, not for those around us. We are only in charge of our lives, not the lives of anybody else. So, for example, an affirmation could be, I am joyfully walking across the stage as I receive my MBA degree from Wharton. So, my goal could be that I want to do an MBA at Wharton. And then my affirmation is where I'm believing that it has already happened. For Mr. Salil, it could be believing that I'm feeling thrilled having achieved my ideal weight, where I'm feeling amazing by July. Or for Miss Ritika, that I'm feeling amazing at the end of the week, having done my 3 cardio sessions. Or another one could be, I am so happy and grateful that I'm now crossing the finish line of the Boston Marathon. One affirmation makeover could be that I will quit smoking with ease and joy, remembering the effects on my physical and mental health and preparing to give a longer life. Now, this is not a very positive affirmation, because we are talking about quitting something, versus where we can say that I am breathing effortlessly with lungs that are pure and clean. So my focus is not on quitting smoking. My focus is on breathing with pure lungs. So we always need to keep our focus on the positive in the affirmation, as if the positive has already happened. Now, once we have these things ready, we are actually ready with all the background work to create our vision boards. So here we are. Now let's get started. So here are a few samples of vision boards just for you to see that what could they look like. Now this is one vision board for 2020 which someone has made. So some people choose to keep it of a certain color theme with similar quotes, similar things that they want, and visions for what they would really like to come to life. So you go through the internet where you can select pictures that are visually being able to represent your goals, your affirmations, and your dream life. They say it is recommended a picture of you also there on the vision board, but it is totally up to you. So here are a few samples of vision boards that people may have made in the past. So you can organize it as and how you like creatively. Now I would request everybody to schedule a date. Now this needs to be a 1 hour date that you are scheduling with your own self this coming week to create your vision board. May I request everyone to please type in the chat box what is this 1 hour that they are going to give to scheduling this date. So it could be that I commit to making my vision board. I'll type it up. I commit to making my vision board from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sunday, March 7th, 2021. May I get a commitment from everyone, please? This is a commitment you're not making to anyone else but to your own self. To define what your dreams are and what you truly, where you truly want to be. Remember, we said that clarity is power. This commitment is of my time. Please commit to what time you would be scheduling. Yes, I'm waiting for people to put in their times, please. Yes, Mr. Sudhir, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Sunday, March 7th. Superb. Ms. Ritika, I commit to give 2 hours in a week to myself for meditating. Superb. Please, Ms. Ritika, please give us your time for your vision board as well. A specific time. Mr. Vivek, I will do it on Sunday, 7th March from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Fantastic. Mr. Salil, I commit to making my vision board from 11 a.m. to 12 noon on Sunday, 14 March. Fantastic. Great. Keep it coming. Looking forward. What about the participants? Looking forward to hearing your times. This is just a date with your own self where you're actually going to be making your vision boards. So now, once you've made your vision board, how do you take it forward? How do you see it coming in and becoming a reality? So there is actually a science behind it, which is when should you visualize? So once your vision board is up and ready, if it's digital, you can put it as your laptop screensaver. If it's physical, you can put it up somewhere in your room. Where the best time to view it is spending 5 to 10 minutes with it, either first thing in the morning or last thing at night. Because that is when our subconscious mind is most active, right when we wake up or right before we go to sleep. So making a movie takes time, but watching it doesn't take that much time. So you make your movie and then you just refresh the movie by spending 5 to 10 minutes about what you truly want and what your true dreams are to stay in alignment with that. Now, how to turn your vision board into reality? So this is something I'll give a brief thing right now, and I've also offered a free 30-minute one-to-one session with whichever participants are interested. For the first 10 people who sign up, you can reach out to Miss Vinita for that. So where we can actually do a session once you've done your personal vision board on how to break that up with goals, how to see that your vision board actually turns into a reality. While we make our board, while we attach to our dreams, we also need to be little detached, where we don't really get just into the future and stop focusing on our present. With a lot of gratitude for what we already are, we can really energize ourselves to be in our best energy, to attract the very best that awaits us in life, and to break the resistance that we have within us, to actually move out of our comfort zone and think further from where we truly are. So this quote is something that is very, very important, which is, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will expand you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will shrink you. Now, what does this mean? This means that we are all caught up in a lot of shoulds in life. This is what we should be doing. This is what our expectation is. This is what one should do. But we actually need to bring out the best version of ourselves. If we work on our energy, what we truly uniquely are, that energy will really expand us. If we do not bring forward that best energy, that same energy might shrink us. And the same thing applies to our organizations as well. As Sanjay uncle said in the beginning, for his organization, he knows what the vision is. He's defined it and he is bringing forth his vision in the best manner. Not what his competitors are doing, but what he stands for. The same way, we need to know truly what we stand for and bring that out completely. Because if we don't bring out our best self, that energy inside us may shrink us. But if we do bring out our best self, that energy will only expand us further. So I'd like to show you all, right before we end and open it up to questions, I'd like to show you all a few samples and examples of vision board images that can be taken. So these are just some images that we've put together for your reference. So you can see and pick images that really ignite your goals and your aspirations that can be put on your vision board. So say, for example, in travel, these could be a few visuals that may work for someone who might be wanting to go for a trekking trip, for someone who might be wanting to go sailing. For family, it could be family time together. For someone who's trying to have a baby, it could be pregnancy or a baby coming up. For someone's lifestyle, where we're talking a lot about health and fitness here by a couple of our members, it could be eating healthy, it could be yoga, cardio, different things that you're looking at happening. For someone in terms of lifestyle, if they may want to change their house or go somewhere, these are a few images that could work. For someone who's interested in cycling, some other lifestyle inspirations. On the spiritual path, someone mentioned, Ms. Ritika mentioned about meditating. It could be about your chakra cleansing or however you want to visualize your meditation. About prayers, about spending quality time with yourself. For relationships, it could be different. Whatever you're looking at, improving. For personal and career growth, there could be different images. So these are just some samples of images that could be used or images that you can get from the internet. Yes. So I would encourage everybody to really make their vision boards, and I'd like to open the floor for any questions or any questions that I may be able to answer, or any insights or any shares that anybody would like to do.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Vedika ji.
Vedika. It was
Yeah, please,
it was a
Vedika ji,
very
take over.
insightful session. Vedika, it was a very insightful session indeed, and I'm sure it'll help a lot of us in planning out our goals and aspirations.
Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that, Ritika, and I really look forward to making their vision boards and defining their dreams, goals, realities, and really pursuing them with that passion.
Yeah, am I
I
audible?
can't hear you. Yes, yes. Now
Yeah,
you are.
sorry, I'm on the move. So I request all the attendees and the panelists to come forward with your specific question. Vivek ji, can we ask the attendees to raise hands or write down their questions if they have any specific questions for Vedika?
Sure, Ritika ji. We're losing you midway, I think, because you're on the move. Or may I request Aditi ji to ask the first question?
Okay. Thanks, Vanita. Hello. Thanks, Vedika, for the very insightful session. Great learning for all of us indeed. Um, for me, making the vision board is one thing, and executing is another. How do we execute a vision board? Give us
Yeah,
tips on
very
that.
interesting question. Very good question.
So, Aditi, that's a great question. That the first step to anything, as we discussed, the awareness, acceptance, action, is also the awareness and acceptance of what we truly want, which is something that gets defined when we're making our vision board. Now, as we also did the goals, when we are making our vision board, side by side, we are also making goals, which are the pathway to reach our vision board. So, like they say, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with that one step. So, you're also putting, like how you said, that for health and wellness, you're at a 1, but you want to be at a 9. But maybe once you start specifying that what is result so reach that 9.
True.
It can really be something where you move towards executing your vision board. And that's where I'm also offering a free one-to-one session where, specifically for each person, we can discuss that these are your goals, these are your visions, and how can we get more specific in turning that vision board, which is something that's in front of us, to something that is actually real and happening in our life.
True. I think it's important to start.
Yes.
Yeah,
You just need to
the
start,
first
and the
step is
first
the
step is
beginning.
to define where you want to be.
True.
Then we
Right.
trust the universe. Like the book The Secret also says that when you go to a restaurant, you look at the menu, you place your order. Then you don't know how much time it's going to take, and you don't know how the dish is going to turn out. But you just go with that faith that it will come. The same way, first we need to know what is it that we want to order to the universe. Once we've ordered that to the universe, then we move on to the next step, that what are the actions we need to take to make that come into life. And a little bit is our actions. Beyond that is that faith also, that the universe conspires to make it happen. The energy is aligned to make it happen.
True. Yeah. Thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Okay, great. I'll be happy to do a one-on-one with you also once you've made your vision board to
Perfect.
discuss
We'll
it
love
further.
to take that session with you.
I
Great.
think this one-on-one will help a lot of people. Anyone who's interested, especially from the attendees, can please contact Vedika. You can take the details from Vinita ji, guys, and elaborate on your vision board once it's made. Any more questions?
I mean, Teresa, I do not have question. I just want to say, Vedika ma'am talk was very motivating. She talk about subconscious idea, subconscious mind, and the idea of affirmation. It was a really nice thought process to explain how we achieve our goals. I like the term subconscious. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, that's really appreciative. Vedika, you have someone to thank.
I'm audible. I have a very
Salil, do you have a
small
question?
question. Yeah, you guys can hear me?
Yes.
Vision board go. Okay, where does this vision?
May I know your name?
Salil this side.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes, Mr. Salil. So what do you mean? Do you mean physically where does it go, or
Physically, where does it? Is it so? Two things. One is that it's just for us, right? So that's specific to us. And if it's something to do with your company, then ideally you have others who are either they're involved in helping you reach what you want to reach. So does this vision board stay with you? Is it to be put up somewhere? Right? You're doing that.
yes? So for your company, I would say that it is something that if you are comfortable, you can put it up in your office. And when you're creating it also, then you can involve the core members of your team, where you can have like your specific goals, your specific dreams with the company, for the company, with your core team, where you come up with a core vision together. And that is something which then once you create the visuals, you create the vision board, it's something that should be viewable to everybody. So when they come in every day and when they leave every day, they can actually see it so that they are in alignment with that. And the goals you set, you keep tracking them on a monthly, on a quarterly, and an annual basis to make sure that you're in line with your goals moving towards the eventual vision.
So, do we have more questions from the attendees? Anyone?
Can I ask a question, Ritika ji?
Yes, surely.
Okay. So, Vedika ji, wonderful session. I think I could see some very nice compliments even in the chat box. Allow me to read one of them. It's from Mr. Pranav Podar. It says, "Thank you, Vedika, for a wonderful session. I had attended a similar session by a very, very renowned international trainer on this subject a year back. Your content flow, clarity on subject, and engaging the participants with exercises was right up there. So keep it up." So I couldn't agree more with him. My question is related to what Aditi ji talked about, the action part of it. So what happens is that I make my vision board on Sunday, 12 to 1. I may get started pretty well, right? After deciding that these are the things which I want to do. But then, somewhere down the line, what happens is 3 months down the line, it might happen with me or with somebody who's a little more pushy. It may happen with him after 6 months. But, beyond a point, you tend to lose the steam. So is there a way to monitor that apart from looking at these scores again and again, because get yourself restarted is one of the things which is exactly my question.
That's a great question, Mr. Vivek. And that's what we say. We are all very strong starters, but eventual race of life, it's like we all need to be even stronger finishers. So that is where the true tricky part really comes in. So I think a great part of that is one part is goal, and it sort of like you do very enthusiastically initially, but maybe after a while the enthusiasm may wear off. But when you talk about the dreams and affirmations which you truly feel in your heart, which is something that from inside, when you truly want it, then something in your being will be motivated to make sure that it actually comes true. So that's what I think really pushes us to take stronger actions, because as humans, the only difference between us and computers in today's day is that ability to feel. So we actually bring in our emotional and feeling element to both our personal and professional life in that aspect. That may really help us to be as strong at the finish line as well. When they say, like as Aditi ji also said, that the future lies in the hands of those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So you actually have to feel the dream and live it day in and day out. And I'd like to add another quote, which also I believe, that if you believe in your dreams, they may come true. If you believe in your dreams, they may come true. If you believe in yourself, so somewhere it's that, yes, we need to believe in the dream, but we need to believe that we can do it even more to see that vision into a reality. But till the time your innermost being doesn't feel that vision or doesn't align with you, maybe it may not really show up. Does that answer your question?
It does. It does. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, any more questions now?
I think we
Okay.
can move
I
forward
think
with
yeah,
Salil
we can go.
for the vote of thanks.
All right. So, I think you have left most of us speechless and quietened all those who asked questions, Vedika ji. So, time for us to thank you, and we can't thank you enough. So, we have Mr. Salil Gupta, the co-chair of our YBLF, here to express our formal vote of thanks. Salil ji, over to you.
Since I'm having connectivity issues, I'm just checking up. You guys can start off. You can hear me?
Yes, we
Yes.
can hear you. Some broken sentence sometimes.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
try my best. So very good afternoon, everyone. Ms. Vedika Khaitan, life coach, Mr. Sanjay Agarwal, president, PhD CCI, Ms. Pasari, chair, YBLF, Ms. Ritika Agarwal, co-chair, YBLF, Mr. Assistant Secretary General, PhD CCI, Vinita from the Secretariat, my friends, colleagues from the industry, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of YBLF and PhD Chamber, it's indeed my privilege to extend a formal vote of thanks. I would like to thank our eminent speaker, Ms. Vedika Khaitan, for her inspiring words. It was actually an inspiring session. It was really enlightening as well. I would like to thank everyone who has attended. It was an interesting session for us. Some audience, I'm glad that audience was there, I like more people to be interactive, but it was good, and I'm glad that everybody had a game. I do feel that session is not sufficient, and I think we will not be able to make a vision board completely correctly, just 1 hour session with the. I sincerely request participants to reach out to us and get some more help in doing one. It was really interesting to imagine ourselves, say, 1 year down the line, and it's surprising how enlightening these things are. Yeah, we may know it, but we never take it for granted. So, well, I take this opportunity to thank our annual sponsor.
Thank you, Salilji. I think we could get most of it. And now we are unable to also hear you. So thank you so much for that expressive vote of thanks. And with that, we do come to the end of a wonderful session. Very engrossing, very, and I think a steep learning curve for all of us. So
True.
we go back to our dates. Yes, we go back to our dates on which we are going to make our vision board and get back to Vedika ji and say, oh, this is where I'm stuck. So help me out. So with those words, thanks very much, Vedika ji. Thank you, Aditi ji, chair of YBLF. Thank you, Ritika ji, for being there despite your initial hiccups and problems. The co-chair of YBLF. Thank you, Salilji, co-chair YBLF. It's always great to have people around and motivating us to do programs like this. And I'd like to thank Vinita for supporting me in making this program successful. Thank you, Vinita.
Thank you, Vedika ji. Thank you, everyone, for attending.
Thank you,
Really a
Vivek ji
really
and
learning
Vinita
session.
ji for coordinating.
I have
so
started
much
getting
and
queries
getting
to
us
connect with
brilliant
you.
sessions. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so
Vedika.
much. You're most welcome. Thank you.
Right. Bye. Good day, everyone.